Today, we're diving into a pretty wild vision of the future, one that comes straight from the mind of Dr. Mario Arturo Ruiz Estrada and his book, Futuristic Advanced Technologies for the 21st Century.
You know, we all speculate about what's coming next, but what if someone has already drawn up the plans? We're about to walk through a vision that's not just radical, it's all connected, and it might be a whole lot closer than any of us think.
So let's jump right in. We're going to explore a world powered by what feels like perpetual energy, a world that computes using water, and one that's guided by a completely new kind of living intelligence. First up, the power source.
You see, every great leap forward in civilization needs a revolutionary power source. And the very first piece of this incredible puzzle is just that, a new kind of engine that promises seemingly endless energy.
I mean, really think about that. Your car, your house, maybe even a deep space probe, just powering itself forever. No more plugs, no more charging stations. That is the massive idea behind this first piece of tech.
And this is it. It's called the Age Box. Now, this isn't just a bigger battery or a fancy solar panel. The whole point is that it's designed to be its own completely self-contained electrical ecosystem.
So how in the world does that work? Well, the concept is actually beautifully simple. It's a closed loop. You have an LED panel that shines light onto a solar panel. That solar panel turns the light into electricity, which then powers the very same LED panel that it started with. The cycle just keeps going.
And you can see that elegant simplicity right here. It's a recursive feedback loop of light to solar power. Light makes electricity, and that electricity makes light again, all happening inside one sealed box.
So let's just break it down one more time. Step 1, LEDs make light. Step 2, the solar panel catches that light and turns it into electricity. And step 3, that power gets stored and sent right back to the LEDs to keep the whole thing running. And this isn't just a theory. Here's how it could be used. This concept car, the MRN-X, has an age box built right in. The idea is that it could capture energy from motion, from heat, even from the light around it, and feed it into this system. The goal? To cut the need for external charging by up to 85%. I mean, think about what that really means. A world far less dependent on the grid, transforming everything from how we drive to how we live off-grid.
Okay, so we've got our power source. That's the muscle. But what about the brains of this new world? Now we're shifting from energy to computation, and this is where things get really weird. When you picture a quantum computer, you probably think of these massive, delicate machines that have to be kept colder than deep space, right? Well, this vision completely flips that on its head. Instead of freezing cold, it works at room temperature. Instead of a vacuum, it literally uses water. And instead of trying to eliminate all noise and vibration, it actually uses turbulence as part of the process.
Meet the Hydrophotonic Quantum Computer, or HPQC for short. This thing just throws the whole idea of traditional qubits, you know, those super fragile ones and zeros of the quantum world, right out the window. It runs on a totally new concept born from light and water playing together.
And that new concept is called Hydrophotonic Mars, or HPMs. Now don't think of these as a simple on or off switch like a computer bit. That's not it at all. A better way to picture it is to imagine the complex, constantly changing ripples in a pond. They're these multi-dimensional fields that can hold way more information than a simple 1 or 0. And this diagram gives us a little peek under the hood. You can start to see how these mirrors are actually created and then read by the machine. It's this incredible mashup of light, water, and nanotech.
So let's trace the path here. It all kicks off with a system that shoots controlled streams of light into these layered disks that are sitting in water. As that light zips through and bounces off these special nanowires, it creates these incredibly complex patterns of interference, almost like a unique fingerprint made of light. Then, an AI outside the system reads that fingerprint and decodes it into a result. This isn't just computing. It's computing by reading the way light bends.
All right, so we've covered endless energy and water-based computing. We've now arrived at the final and maybe the most mind-bending part of this future, a system that actually merges living biology with artificial intelligence. So the big idea here is to actually grow a new kind of intelligence, not purely artificial, not purely organic, but something totally new in between. This is where the line between biology and technology just completely disappears.
This is the Semi-Natural Autonomous Intelligent Sustainable Box, the SAIS box. The whole process starts with input. An external computer sends it gentle electrical signals, which stimulate the living parts inside. It's not like uploading a file. It's more like teaching it, allowing this new intelligence to slowly emerge and learn from all the data it's getting.
And here's the output. Get this. Instead of just giving you text on a screen, the SACE communicates its thoughts by projecting them as a high-resolution hologram. This would let you have a direct, visual interaction with its actual cognitive processes in real time. It's wild, right?
So what's actually inside this thing? At its heart, the SAI's box is basically a living biological hard drive. It uses living brain cells from a salamander, chosen because they have this incredible ability to regenerate, and they're all kept safe in a perfectly controlled liquid. Tiny nanocables then bridge the gap between those living cells and the digital world, creating a true biodigital hybrid.
So, okay, let's zoom out. When you put all of these pieces together, the self-sustaining power, the water-based quantum computer, and this living intelligence, you're not just looking at new gadgets. You're looking at a completely transformative vision for the future.
There's this quote from the author that I think just perfectly captures the whole spirit of this project. If energy can be regenerated, energy can be freed. You see, each one of these technologies is really about creating autonomy, about moving beyond the limits we've always taken for granted. It's about freeing our systems and maybe in the end, freeing ourselves.
These concepts, they really challenge our basic ideas about energy, about computing, and, well, about life itself. So the real question we're left with is this. Is what we just saw a fascinating work of science fiction, or are we actually getting a glimpse of the blueprint for what's to come?